So moving right along here, talking about my fleet of police cars, I'm going to talk about the Majorette cars next. I have 3 of them. I haven't opened this one yet. This is a Ford Mustang. So the Majorette cars are more exotic. Majorette just kind of takes random cars, random exotic cars, and slaps police all over them. They have Porsches, they have Mustangs, they have all kinds of cars. They have Mercedes-Benz police cars. And in other countries, they do use, like, I mean, I've seen in real life really exotic police cars. So this one that I just cracked open is the Ford. Now, this comes with a little box. I'm just gonna keep this box, this Mustang GT box with, you know, my other boxes. There's a box there for my Matchbox Collector Sheriff's vehicle. So let's just put that over there, okay? I'm not gonna keep it in the box. And let's talk about this one first. This one comes with a spoiler, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like spoilers on my police cars. It's not really something that I prefer, but okay, it's a little different. It's not so bad. And the trunk opens. So that's pretty cool. I like that the trunk opens on this one, and Majorette will do that. They'll give you stuff that opens and closes. They're much higher quality than what you would get from Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Even the nicer Matchbox and Hot Wheels one, Majorette does a better job. Just like Greenlight and Johnny Lightning, they're just better. You know, I love Hot Wheels and Matchbox, but they don't give you quality like this. What I don't like though is the blue. So all 3 of them have blue lights. Okay, it's not so bad, right? Blue lights work with police cars, but I wish they also had red. Notice you could open the doors, right? You could open the trunk. So on this one, you could do a bunch of different stuff. And you can't open the hood or anything like that, like the green light ones over there. But it does have somewhat of a suspension. So Majorette will do a little bit of suspension, if you can see here, right? And it has O2 on it and police across the door. Now, here's another Majorette Mustang GT. The trunk doesn't open, and the spoiler, it's like kind of a lip. This is much nicer, I would say, on a police car than that. I don't want a huge spoiler on my police car. So this looks a little bit better. And this says GT on the back here, if you notice. And then this says GT on the back here. So they're both GTs, but they're different. They're not the same GT. They're not the same Ford Mustang GT. And they're not from the same department. So this says patrol unit. Police here is in a different color. It's like a yellow color. And then here it just says dedicated to serve. I like that. And I like the hood here. This one is nicer to me because it's black and white as opposed to silver, black and silver. This is more of a white. I don't know if it's easy to see on the camera, but they're not the same color. The one on the left is a silver color, like the Porsche, and the one on the right is black and white. And I love black and white police cars. I mentioned that in my other video when I talked about this car back there. Now this is supposed to be from the same department as this. Look, it's the same exact police badge on it, the same exact number, and they both say police across the side, and it's pretty much identical, except that this is the Ford Mustang GT and this is a Porsche police car. So I wish they would have, you know, written 03 here, or, you know, 04, 05, whatever. If you're gonna do this with your cars and use different vehicles, so you have a Benz, you have a Porsche, you have a Mustang, and they're all from the same police department, because you'd have to assume that these are from the same police department with the same badge and same setup here. The hood, the silver roof, the silver doors, right? Then give them different numbers. It's kind of silly to have the same number on both cars. Look at the lights here, the lights in the front. Majorette always does this. This is not unique or special to these police cars. They always give you this beautiful detail. They put the plastic in there to create a glass-like effect. Sometimes you see this on Hot Wheels and Matchbox, sometimes you don't. And it's very accurate to real life. It's perfect, perfectly done. And the rear they paint. So if you look back here, the Ford is painted and the Porsche is painted, and the lights are true to real life. Back here, it has the exhaust in silver, and this one doesn't really have that. It's black and you could barely see it. The reflector on the side here, you could see on the Ford. So very realistic, very nice. So I have the Porsche and the Mustang, which are part of the same department, but have the same number on them. On the Porsche, you can open the doors. On this Mustang GT, you can open the trunk back here. But on this Majorette Mustang GT police car, you can't do anything. Sometimes it is nice to be able to display them with the door and the trunk open. So you could pop the trunk open and you could pop the doors open. On this Porsche, you could only open the doors and not the trunk. And this one you can't do anything with. But anyway, these are my Majorette police cars here that I'm going to add to my fleet. And they're a little bit more exotic, right? So they're not traditional. I have my Porsche police car, and I have 2 Ford Mustang GT police cars. Let's add these to the lineup and move on to my next video.